What's going on, Colts Nation? Appreciate you joining me for another video where I'm going on my third attempt recording this video. Finally hit the record button. So the news for today, as you could tell by the title, as you could tell by the thumbnail, we're talking about IR designations for the Colts and what's going on with the Colts as they make roster moves, trying to slim the roster down to 53. So what we're looking at here is that we have two players designated to return this year on the IR. The first one going to be Samson Ebukam. Okay, with everything that's happening with the Achilles injury, right? He has a torn Achilles, and you look at what happened last year. Aaron Rodgers, had the Jets made it to the playoffs or been competing for the playoffs, there was a chance Aaron Rodgers was going to come back on the field. And I think it was reported that he would have come back and played and tried to get the Jets into the playoffs if they were at least competing for the playoffs. So with the advancements that are happening with medical science being what it is right now, the Achilles injury, not as devastating as it used to be. It used to cripple careers, right? If you got an Achilles injury, you were never going to be the same. We've seen players come back, be themselves. You know, a lot of players don't come back to be themselves right away. It usually takes a while for them to get back to be themselves. But we have seen players come back from the Achilles injury and be themselves once again. So I think Samson, if he can come back, just be a part of the rotation. He obviously wouldn't come back and be the starter. We continue with what we're doing and just add him in the rotation. But if we can make it to the playoffs, there's a chance Samson comes back and is part of the rotation, is able to help us try to win a Super Bowl. So that's the hope, right? You got to win the division, get in the playoffs, or win enough games to get into the playoffs. So hopefully we're able to do that and see Samson get it back on the field. It sounds like McGrone is going to be able to get back on the field. He's going on the season, or not the season, the IR return designation for him coming up this season. So Samson hopeful to come back. It sounds like McGrone definitely going to come back. Somebody we are not going to see this season. Somebody we've all been waiting to hear about, and it's Jelani Woods on the season-ending IR. That's the breaking news coming out of Colts right now as they figure out who's going to be on the PUP list, who's going to be on the IR list. Jelani Woods will miss the entirety of the 2024 season after missing the entirety of the 2023 season. Right, wasn't on the IR last year until the end of the season. We thought we were going to get him back. He started practicing, and then he gets a setback, and the hamstrings bothered him all year. Looked like he had trained hard. He was ready to come back, and we were hoping that he was going to be a force. And then we got to a point where we were talking about, hey, Jelani might not even make the roster this year with what's going on. And then he gets another injury, injures the toe, and it's unfortunate for Jelani. It's unfortunate somebody with such physical gifts can't stay healthy and can't stay on the field, right? Gets Frank Reich and whatever happened in 2022 for the Colts. That was his rookie year, and now second year, third year, out for the entire season's unable to play because of injury. So just unfortunate what's happening with his career. As we look forward with Jelani, will he be on the roster next year? Who knows, right? We might not have Kylan Granson, so maybe we bring him back, add him to the rotation. But for the time being, Jelani will be out for the entire 2024 season. We might get McGrone back. We might get Samson back to be part of the rotation on the defensive line at some point. Of course, I want to know what your opinion is on this. You let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.